Koh Phangan ligger ju i Thailand. Oh, sorry again, I speak Swedish. Koh Phangan is in Thailand, but it is also a restaurant in Uppsala and in Stockholm, and it made it look like you are in Koh Phangan with small cottage or bungalows with these kind of lights and very cozy. What did you order?
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai.
Without
No peanuts. And I eat panang kai, or as we say in English, panang is like curry and kai is chicken. Beep, beep, beep. So chicken with curry and rice. Bon appetit.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, hop. Where am I?
You're in
Hello.
Thailand.
Yes, I am in Thailand. We are in Uppsala. Uppsala is pretty nice actually. Okay, I'm gonna pan around. I'm not gonna show myself all the time. 1, 2, 3. This is Uppsala. Uppsala have a lot of small bridges going over this canal. I'm panning over here on that side. But what is Uppsala known for? Yeah, it's nice. It is nice. Uppsala is known for 2 things. They have, many things. But in the background here you can see the Domkyrkan. Domkyrka is a big cathedral in Sweden. I think it's one of the biggest, or maybe the biggest. Anyway, inside there, the king, Gustav Vasa, has his tomb. We can go and take a look at that later. It's also known of the castle, because the castle is pretty big. It's not so beautiful, to be honest, but it's big and it's on a high hill. And one of the things that it's also known for is Carl von Linné. Carl von Linné, if you don't know, now we're going to teach the world something. I guess some of you know who he is. He is the guy that gave name to many of the herbs and vegetables and animals in Latin. So if you sometimes read a name in a book in your own language, you can also see that there is a Latin name, like stevia or stavabavia, something in Latin. That is actually Carl von Linné, and he was born here in Uppsala, in Sweden. So they have a big botanical garden outside here. Because of him and many other things. What is that?
Town Hall of Uppsala.
Sorry, Town Hall of Uppsala. Yeah, it's so big that you can. Oh, I'm kidding. It's very small, but it's kind of beautiful. It's cute. It's a cute town hall. Once upon a time, I had a big party inside there. Big party in that hall. Yeah, a long time. I remember crawling over this square here. It's true, honey. Okay, now we have to go in. Now we're going to go into the famous Pressbyrån. The Pressbyrån in Sweden, that is a place where you can buy a lot of things. Like I'm going to buy snus,
And my
tobacco.
favorite is chocolate.
And Marias favorite is chocolate. Så snus och choklad. Snuff and chocolate. Okay, here we go. Filmar nu? Säkert? Okay. Okay, so now we have been in the famous Pressbyrån. I think if you ever go to Sweden, you need to visit Pressbyrån. They have such good staff. I don't know why. However, Pressbyrån, you can buy this one. It's a kind of nicotine bag that you put under your lip. Let's go. When we go educate ourselves in Sweden, we go 9 years. After that, we can go 3 years to study a special subject that we like economy or technology or something. And when you finish that 3 years, you can say it's like a high school. It's a very famous place up there because they used to celebrate a lot here. A very famous place in Sweden to celebrate that. And actually this town is called the student town. That is like a lot of students and a lot of university and academy. My son actually went here when he did his education. All right, now let's go and take a look at the cathedral. Ready? Filmar du?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go take a look at the cathedral. When we just canal, yeah. So we just pass over the canal once again. I feel like I'm losing my pants. Jajamensan, nu sitter brallorna på. I think this is the main bridge. There's many bridges, but this one is the one that is the most central. All along the canals here, like when we've been in Amsterdam and Hamburg and so on, they have a lot of small bridges going over the canal. So that is very famous for Uppsala, this canal and these birds. This bird is called, va?
Beautiful canal.
Yeah, it is. But it's more beautiful when the sun is shining,
Exactly.
to be honest.
Like when we were in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's a kind of small part of Amsterdam in Uppsala. What are you doing? Yeah, you're pumping water. Oh, I can feel the water over here. It's like taking a small shower. This is one of the oldest pumps in the world. One of the oldest church in the world. Here we have Rosenparken. What is that? It's a park. We go over the street here. Now we're gonna walk into Dr. Falafel. He is very known in Uppsala because he's driving around in this town and serving falafel to people. Yeah, Dr. Falafel. So this church here was one of the most central churches in Sweden about 500 years ago. I think it is about 500 years, I don't know exactly. However, Gustav Vasa, as I told you, he is buried here, or he have his tomb here inside the church. His son Eric, he was, oh my god, it's windy. I can't talk. He says, oh, this is Swedish summer. One day it's so hot you can't breathe, and another day it's so cold you can't breathe. So in this country you can't breathe. Goodbye. This house is called Gustav. If you want to know anything about the first Swedish king, Gustav, you can go there. But now we're going to go into the church. Oh, they have a wedding here between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock p.m. So, this is the cathedral. I don't know why you start whispering always. The kids don't do that, they just shouting. There's a lot of tombs and stuff here. We're gonna take a look. Okay, now I know why everybody is so quiet. Because they have signs telling you to be quiet. Tystnad tack, it means silence, please. Anyway, we can talk a little bit. Here we have Emanuel Swedenborg. I have no clue who he is, but if you have his tomb inside here, I guess he was important. Swedenborg is actually a very known name in Sweden. So, well, they have a lot of tombs here. Oh my god, can you imagine to get this kind of tombs? Memory for your relatives, and your relatives' kids can go here and take a look at their grave. But this tomb is ugly. Look at it. It's not so beautiful. Look like he's a pirate. But he's, oh, it's hell down there and heaven up there, maybe. Okay, I take a look here. We go further. Well, we are a little bit unlucky, but if you take a slow pan over there on the back side of the church, I don't think, maybe I can send a picture. I can look it up on YouTube. Back there where you see the cross, and a little bit on the left side, or actually behind these two pillars over there, you have the tomb of Gustav Vasa. And look, take a small short pan up to the roof. It's pretty high, and this is a big cathedral, and it's very high, and it's very old. Okay, we have a little bit of unluck because they're going to have a wedding here today. So they told us actually to go out. Or should we stay inside and look at the wedding? Nah. We go outside. Or maybe we have time to take a short look at these ones. This is actually Saint Eric. We have a lot of saints, you know, and one of the most important saints when it comes to Sweden is Saint Erik, or Holy Eric. And this is him. This is a statue of him anyway. He was one of the first one who came with Christianity to Sweden and became a saint. And Saint Olof is also very, 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 very famous. And there we have Saint Lars. It's me, honey, but I have no head. Yeah, my second name is Lars, and they take off my head. Why? In a couple of hundred years from now, they're going to say this was the famous Thomas Brandlid, or Lars Brandlid, without a head. Why they take off my head? Okay, they're starting now. We go out. Very old. Yeah, this organ here is one of the oldest organ in the world. Every time when I say something, it's always the oldest or the most famous. And this one is the oldest organ in the world. I'm probably lying, but I don't care, because it looks very old, doesn't it? This is pretty funny actually, because remember when we came into the church, they have a sign saying that you have to be silent. Shh, you always have to be silent. Why? Because God, he have very sensitive ears. And here also, if you are a God, and if you come here, you can put this one on. No problem. So you can be any God and you can go in and have your silence. Good, isn't it? We think about you gods everywhere here in Sweden, we do. That looks like the groom. He's going to be happy today. Hopefully for the rest of his life. Back to the cold side of Uppsala. Yeah. Uppsala is known for a lot of stuff. And one thing also that Uppsala is known for is all of this Viking stuff. There's Viking places everywhere. They have hills where they have bury Vikings, and they have a lot of these runor. It's a runor. Runes, not ruin. It's a runa. 1,000 years ago they have letters like that. This is an arrow. It means look at me. I, and then they have an R. R is actually a special letter in Sweden. It is. All this area here is called Roslagen. In Swedish it means, or in English it means rose place. And we also have a kind of a language called Rosan. Everything in Swedish language, old Swedish language, is about this letter R. Rosor, a lot of R's. And then here you can read that this guy who rose. I told a lot about stones before, didn't I? I told a lot about stones. And this guy who rose this little stone here, he knew I'm gonna come here someday and touch it. Right, we could take a look at this guy. Okay, take a slow pan over to the church from this side, because here you can see the two spears stretching up to the sky. And actually when you are traveling into Uppsala, you can see them far away, because we are on a hill now and these two towers are pretty high. So this is really the silhouette of Uppsala. Every kind of silhouette or picture you see of Uppsala, you see these two spears here. Latin, I don't know why. Latin all the time. They were so into Latin. And this guy here is, who is this?
Han var ju rektor. Han var professor i historia.
Aha. Listen to her now. He says she was a principal in something in the university.
Ja, han var rektor för universitetet under en period.
Which university? The university.
Detta universitet.
Oh, this university behind there. Okay. This is the university. Yeah, definitely. And this guy, he was a very famous person then.
Ja, absolut.
Aha.
På den tiden var han det.
What year are we talking
Nu
about?
pratar vi om mitten på 1800-talet.
All right. Okay. It's not so far ago, of course, but he must be very famous.
Och det här är en jättestor skulptur som student.
Aha.
Gustav Geijer. Ja, det är Geijer.
Ja. Jag bara tränger mig på, kör på. Eller alla världen. Så ja.
Vad hette den sa du?
Ja.
Thomas och Stella?
Ja. Alltså man slår ihop det blir Thomas Stella.
Aha, okej. Ja, det är ett S. Ja, jag är ju med.
Ja.
Men är det inte det också då?
Nej, Thomas och sen så fortsätter det så det blir Stella. S-T-E-L-L-A. Ja, just det.
S på en gång.
Ja, så Stella är stjärna.
Ja, Thomas Stella.
Kom ihåg det. Kom upp med en liten like.
Kom ihåg det här.
Ja.